Hey everyone, it's Kaylee here, and today I'm showing another layout for Aardvark Gifts and Crafts using the Hearth and Home collection by Simple Stories. Now, I decided for this page to kind of stick with certain colours that are in this collection rather than using all the colours that are in the collection. I did kind of try and do this last week by trying to just use the blue flowers in the collection. I didn't succeed, and I ended up bringing in some other colours that are in the collection. But for this page, I kind of wanted to just pull in certain colours that are in the collection. So for this one, I'm going for the black and the white. I'm going for the kind of tealy blue colour and some of the green as well. Maybe a few pops of grey, just because some of those are in the embellishments as well. So what I'm doing so far is I'm cutting down some pattern paper. I did think I was going to use one of these cut aparts on this layout. I kind of went in with an idea and it kind of changed as I started creating the layout, so I didn't end up using the cut apart in the end, but at this point in the process I still thought I was going to use a cut apart. Having a look on this cut apart here as well, and just having a flick through some of the scraps that I have left. I do still have, I think, some full 12 by 12, so I can still make lots and lots of layouts with this collection. And the photo that I'm going to be scrapbooking today is one of my daughter Darcy with her uncle and her cousin, which is her uncle's son. As you can see, my brother-in-law did not want to have his photo taken. He's not even looking at the camera, but it's just such a cute photo. Darcy and my nephew are only 9 months apart, Darcy being the oldest. But just like my son TJ when he was younger, he still is now really, but Darcy absolutely adores her Uncle Connor. My son TJ was the same, especially when he was younger. Now they kind of just play fight and they're more like friends, but yeah, Darcy absolutely adored her uncle. And when she was actually this age, she used to call him Dad. Every man was called Dad, especially Uncle Connor. And it was just a phase that she went through. And in the end, I think instead of correcting her, he ended up just answering to it because it was easier than keep correcting her. She did outgrow it. It was just a phase, but it's just a lovely memory to document this time, especially when she was so little. And she always wanted to be on her uncle's knee and getting his attention. So what I'm doing so far is I'm cutting down some pattern paper, trying to come up with kind of a design for the background. Like I said, I kind of went in with a bit of an idea, but it does change as my process goes on. And yeah, it does look completely different to the layout I thought I was going to create, but the colours are actually perfect. This is kind of what I envisioned with the colour tones and things. So I'm just layering up some papers. I've got that black and white check. I'm bringing in some of that bluey, it's kind of a bluey teal, which is lovely, and it does make an appearance throughout this collection, as well as the green as well. So just layering things up and seeing how it looks and getting a bit of an idea together of what I want to do on this page. I think this was kind of the idea I had in my head, and it changes completely soon. So the cut apart doesn't make it on the page, and that'll come off. I do, which I think I mentioned last week, that I do try to use quite a bit of the chipboard and the foam embellishments on this page, because I have quite a lot of them left and I haven't really used many. So I do try to use quite a few on this page, and I do succeed. I do get quite a few on this layout, and I'm really pleased to have got those used up. Still layering in bits of paper here. I'm pulling in a few more scraps to see if I can get anything else into these layers, and I decided to go for kind of this L shape of layers with my photo being in the corner. And I really like how that kind of design looks. Now the layers do change shortly. When I come to sticking them down, I do feel like I've got a little bit too much going on, so I do kind of pull out a few of the layers and change it up a little bit when I come to stick it down, which you'll see shortly. Adding in that green. I absolutely love the tone of green that is in this collection. It's such a lovely green. I don't tend to use green very much. It's definitely not one of those colours that I'm drawn to. I do prefer blue over green, but this green is lovely. Pulling it in some of the cut apart tags, tucking those in again just to add extra layers. And what I will do as well with the layers of pattern paper, I'll distress them all as well, so it kind of adds that separation between the layers, but it also adds a nice texture to the layout as well. I've had a flick through some of the die cuts and the chipboard, because that's in with my die cuts, to see what kind of work on this page. I do tend to filter through and create a smaller pile of embellishments that I could possibly use on the layout. I've pulled in the Together title from the foam stickers. I do take it off again, but it will make a comeback on this layout. I've got a little die cut piece that's it says "Be Our Guest," and I thought that worked quite well because we was actually at my brother-in-law's house on this photo, and I just thought that kind of worked well because we was their guest. I've got a chipboard floral in the corner, which again, using some of that chipboard, which I'm quite pleased about. And I really like this die cut, it's not die cut, it's a chipboard piece. And it says sit, stay a while. And I thought, again, we're visiting, so that works really well for this page. And the fact that she's actually sat on her uncle's knee with her cousin as well. So I thought that worked really well. So yeah, I'm just building up the clusters now. I decided I wanted to add a cluster to the top left corner. I like to try and add clusters in different areas of the page just so your eye moves around the page when you look at it. So I pulled in this green kind of tab label piece, which I will back before I stick down. And I'm also going to bring in a few embellishments up there as well and use the label as kind of like a little shelf in the top left hand corner. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm looking again at these foam pieces and I'm cutting them down so that I can try them on the page and see what I think. There's the word stay and the word sit, and I think obviously because it says sit, stay a while, I think that kind of runs throughout this collection, but I feel like I need to use those singular ones on maybe a layout of my dog. To me, it kind of sound like commands that you would give, you know, your pet dog. So maybe I'll have to do a page about Spud and use those words on that one. I think that would work really well. I've got some fussy cut leaves that I've added around the page as well, bringing in that black and white. I love this little bird. I think he's so cute, and he does make it on the page. I use that chipboard piece that says sit and stay a while, as like a little shelf for the bird to stand on. So that's creating another cluster up there. And yeah, I do feel like I've used quite a few things on here that I think I struggle to use, and I think that's really good. I've got some foam pieces, I've got some chipboard and a bird on this page, so I think I've done quite well to use those up. I've got a chipboard house that I'm going to bring in that top left hand corner, and I did add a house die cut at the bottom just to bring that wood grain somewhere else. And then the colour of the bird's beak is similar in tone to the wood grain, so I feel like I've got that in 3 places. So I've now skipped forward and stuck everything down off camera. I didn't feel like you needed to watch me stick it all down after watching me lay everything out. I have got quite a few of the foam sticker pieces on here, quite a bit of the chipboard as well, and I'm really pleased with how this page has turned out. I love the colours. So just finishing off with some gold mist, just scattering around the clusters, and that is my completed layout. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with another layout. Bye.